The following is a presentation on the DonnieSport 17 Network. Two, three, four. I'm bringing football back, and that's a fact. I'm bringing football back, sexy back. Put it back on the track, Jack. Football, football, Bringing football back, bringing football back, bringing football back, bringing football back. I'm bringing football back. Football is like bacon, and the DonnieSport Football Show is frying up a big skillet full of it. Dig in. Who knows? You may sit right next to Batman. Wipe me down. 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 Welcome to the football show on the DonnieSport 17 Network on YouTube. Woo!
First day that we stepped on campus there in Lawrence, and I met with our team and the Andersons, and we have continued to spread that as we work all throughout the state of Kansas and throughout this country. We've set out and set a goal to make sure that we earn the trust and the respect of our stakeholders, our students, the people of our state, every high school coach, every high school player, our alumni, our former players, one person at a time. We're committed as a team and as a staff to work hard together, and we expect to reach those expectations together. We're currently wrapped up in preparing our staff and our team to create a brand of Kansas football that is tough, fast-paced, disciplined, highly competitive, fun to watch, and man, fun to play. If you're a guy that wants to play college football, we want you to want to come play in this. We feel like we have something really special in Lawrence, and we look forward to seeing great things as our time turns forward there. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, so with that being said, I'm happy to be here with you at Big 12 Media Days. Let's get started.
Okay, we'll take questions now. If you put your hand up, you've got a question on the aisle?
Yes.
Just, you have to wait, get a microphone, Coach.
Hi, Coach. Ben Kirchhoff from Bleacher Report. As far as getting freshmen coming in and playing, I know you got a couple quarterbacks who could come in and potentially compete right away. What do you expect as far as first-year players and contributing, potentially starting?
Well, from our standpoint, here's the thing about college football nowadays, and it's my opinion that it's hard to tell a freshman that he's for sure going to redshirt. It's difficult because 85 scholarships is very difficult to get it done with because of the type of athletes that you're playing against. Those bodies are running at each other at high speeds. Injury is a part of the game, and because of that, depth usually becomes a factor. And the thing about that is we have to try to get those young guys ready as fast as we can. And the thing that I would take my hat off to is the high school coaches across the country, because those kids are coming in more and more prepared every year, which is allowing us to get them on the field faster. But it's one of those deals where we'll just have to see. They're just like everybody else in our program. They're going to have to earn it.
Question all the way in the rear, in the middle.
Carter Lacey from the 2 Minute Drill podcast. You've set up an excellent recruiting pipeline in Texas. I know the project you're working on is long-term, but for the short-term, I know you talked about, working hard and earning it. Is that the message for this team this year? And if so, what would you like the stamp for the season to be?
Yeah, that's absolutely the message. And the message goes in line with what makes us different. Well, the difference for us, in my mind, is we don't control what makes us different. We only control what we make different. And the way that we approach it is everything. And I was fortunate enough to be there when Kansas was a really, really good football program under Mark Mangino. He won National Coach of the Year and went to the Orange Bowl. And that environment that he created, as sometimes it's hard to break bad habits, but it's just as hard to break good habits. And the good thing is some of those things are still there. I like our kids and I like our team.
Question on the right-hand side, about 3/4 of the way back.
Hey, Coach, Brian Baldinger here from Fox Sports. Welcome back to Dallas. Welcome back to Kansas in the Big 12. So, at quarterback, Montel, Michael, I know Michael got hurt in the spring. Can you sort of update what's going on there at the quarterback position as you get ready to start camp? And secondly, we're big fans of Clint. I know you kept him on your staff. Was that a difficult decision, or was that pretty easy?
Well, let's talk about the quarterbacks first. First of all, Michael Cummings, man, what a great kid. He is only a better kid than he is a player. I don't know how I can give a kid higher praise than that. He's right out of Killeen, Texas, here in Central Texas. I know his coach. Man, what a great kid. And when that happened to him in the spring, man, it broke my heart. But I will say this, the kid had surgery in the middle of June, and I looked out my window the other day, and I see him out on the field throwing the ball already. I mean, he is a unique guy. So if anybody can make it back this year, it would be him. We're obviously trying to see if we can maybe get another year for him. That'd be great. And addressing the Clint Bowen thing, man, here's the thing. Clint is a terrific football coach, and he is going to be a phenomenal head coach when that time comes for him. Right now, he is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He's making the finest paycheck he's made in his career, and he's earned that, and he deserves it. The thing that people don't know is what a great family he has. We go on vacations. We've been, for all intents and purposes, close best friends in our families. We go to Destin, Florida every year. We just got back from watercolor. What people don't know about Clint is he wears me out on the beach with all the kids' Olympics and all that. He's the dad of the year. He does a great job with those guys. And my girls love him. Our family certainly loves him. So to answer your question, absolutely not. It was a no-brainer right away. We didn't even have to talk about it. Matter of fact, we had already talked about it. The way we looked at it, we had 2 opportunities to be able to come back here and be a part of that great program. He loves it like I love it, and I love it like he loves it.
Got a question in the middle, halfway back.
David, Tim Griffin with the San Antonio Express News. As you begin the rebuild of the Kansas program, how much does it give you confidence, the fact that Baylor and TCU both have been able to do what you're trying to do over the past 5 or 6 years in this conference?
I tell you what 2 great examples are there out there for a program like us? I'll tell you, Art Browse, former Texas high school football coach, one of my coaching heroes coming up. I watched that guy win a bunch of state championships right over there at the old Texas Stadium. Phenomenal, been successful wherever he's been. Gary Patterson, one of the finest defensive minds in the country, one of the best head coaches in the country, cares truly about kids. Happy to see the success that those guys are having, and yes, it gives us confidence knowing that those programs at one point were kind of where we are today. And I'm excited about the opportunity moving forward, and obviously we want to be able to recreate that type of success at our place. You know how hard it is to sit still and sit down when you're a guy that's always moving? So, anyway, next one.
On the left-hand side, aisle.
Yes.
Yes, John Warner, Waco Tribune Herald. I saw you brought Jordan Shelley Smith with you today. What have you seen from him, and can you talk about his development?
I'll tell you what I've seen from Jordan is just a consummate pro. We talk to our guys all the time about if you want to be a pro football player, it's too late when your career is over in college. You have to start being a pro the day you step on campus. And that's probably the most impressive thing about him is he's been a pro since the day I started recruiting him. I recruited him way back when he was at Waco Riker. I know his dad's a coach. I try to get as many coaches' sons as I can get because they just seem to get it. They have great work ethics. He's earned everything he's gotten. He's put on 65 pounds. I mean, he's worked his tail off. And I think it's going to pay big dividends for him, not only now, but hopefully in the future.
Question on the far side left, and then we'll come to the middle.
Hey David, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Big 12 going to a limit on contact days, only 2 per week, and that includes games. Will that change things for you guys at all? Are you, Bob Bowlesby saying coaches were in favor of that? How is that affecting your approach?
You know, it's not going to change our approach just a whole lot. Honestly, you know, we adjust to the landscape pretty good as a coaching world, to be honest with you. I don't think that is going to be something that's going to change the way that we do business. It may for some folks, but for us, it's one of those deals where I think that we'll be able to adjust to that fairly easily, and we'll just fit it into our plan. You know, the landscape is ever changing, and we do know this: we only control what we control. That's it.
Got a question on the aisle left side.
David Oven, Fox Sports Southwest here.
Oh,
you talk about guys earning it. How many guys, or what percentage of your guys on your team do you feel like have earned a chance to sort of be leaned on, and guys that you feel like you can count on, and where are you kind of looking in fall camp to find that out?
I tell you what, that is a great question, because that's obviously the goal, is to get that team bought into what you are selling them as fast as you can. And that usually is laid by the most important hire that most of us all make, which is our strength coach. We brought in a guy named Janae Jackson, who is a former cornerback coach for us at the University of Kansas. He only coached Aqib Talib and Chris Harris, 2 of the Pro Bowlers, 2 of the finest players in the NFL. He coached them there. He was our corner coach. But he came from the weight room when Coach Mangino put him on the field. He left Kansas. He kind of bounced around in college football. Then he went and he surfaced at the University of Indiana with Tom Crean as the strength coach and got back into his passion. And when I got this job, Coach Jackson's a dear friend of mine. But I've got a lot of friends. And I didn't hire him because of that. I hired him because he's unbelievably talented, and he's helped us set the standard. And that is what's helped us move forward quick. Now here's the deal. What we produce is still yet to be seen. But I like the approach, I like the standard, I like the expectations that he set, and man, I can't be happier with the job he's done. Nobody misses a step at our place with Coach Jackson, and I love that. I love that consistency.
Got a question on the right-hand side or in the front.
Hey, Coach, Chris Wagner from Fan React. You know, with all this talk about your quarterbacks, it seems like your running back stable is going to be extremely exciting. How do you plan to incorporate that into what everybody, you know, they say is going to be an air raid offense?
Well, I will say this. You know, in my time as a college football coach, what I've learned is it is very difficult to make it through a season with 1 or even 2 running backs. You need to have some depth, and that's something I'm glad that we have right now. We've got some very capable guys, some guys that have played college football. Taylor Cox, you know, he's fought the injury bug. He's gotten his 6th year back. We're excited for him to be back. We just signed a kid named Keon Kenner out of Navarro Junior College. He was the National Junior College Player of the Year. He came from Little Elm High School right up the street here. I knew his coach. Man, just a terrific kid, hard worker, and he's an exciting guy to watch. We're excited about him. You know, we got DJ Mann that's there, and then we signed a kid, Taylor Martin, out of Fort Worth, that we think is going to be a very exciting running back for us. You know, we're going to need every one of them because this is a tough league. There's a lot of big kids that run really fast and they run into each other, and then bodies get hurt. So we're going to need a bunch of them. So I'm excited about that group.
On the aisle about halfway back, put your hand up so the coach sees. There you go.
Bryce Cherry, Waco Trib. Coach, you talked about having been in Kansas before. As you make this transition, do you feel like it helps you that you kind of know the culture there?
There's no doubt that it gave us a head start, understanding the culture that is the University of Kansas, and not really just the university, but the great state of Kansas and the people of it, and what those people are like, the humble, hardworking, blue-collar people that make up that state. And as we began to build the blueprint for what we want our team to look like, we look no further than the people of our state and the example that they set for us every day. We are working hard to earn their respect and their support, one fan, one person, one stakeholder at a time. And man, we're lucky to have a great state with great supporters, and Jayhawks love their football. They really do. We got great basketball, and we got the finest coach in the country. He's unbelievable at what he does, and man, what a great resource I've got right across the place, right across the campus there in Bill Self, and he has been phenomenal to us. We do not apologize for having one of the finest basketball programs in the country. Are you kidding me? 12 straight? I mean, I don't know if I can take 12 steps straight ahead, much less win 12 championships in a row. That is very difficult. My hat's off to him. But he knows and he loves football too. We need great football. Our fans deserve it. We want to give them something to be proud of.
We got a question on the platform all the way in the rear. Put your hand up so we can see where it is.
Hey, Coach, I'm back over here.
Hey.
JD Moore, Advocate Digital Media. You mentioned earlier, you know, you're an old Texas high school coach. You got Kenny Perry, another DFW high school coach. A lot of other assistant coaches who are from Texas. How important is the network with the Texas high school coaches going to play into your future vision of the University of Kansas?
It's crucial, you know, and that's what we will draw on, is those relationships. I left a coaching convention last night around 9 o'clock. I got here around 11:30. I saw Jack DeRoot when I was checking in, and I left an event called the Texas High School Football Coaches Association Coaching School. There was 13,000 to 15,000 coaches there. There's 21,000 people in that membership, and that is a brotherhood, and I am proud to be part of that brotherhood. I'll never relinquish that title. It's a big deal for me to know that I was and still am at heart a Texas high school football coach. A lot of pride in that. We're going to draw on those relationships, but here's the deal. I'm the head coach now. So you're only as good as the men that you have out there really that beat the bushes. Kenny Perry, that guy's got unbelievable talent, and he is adored and loved by the guys in this area and in this state. He works tirelessly at creating those relationships, and they know that when they come to Kansas, and myself and Kenny Perry are there, those kids are going to be taken care of. Doesn't mean we're going to give them anything, but they're going to have every opportunity, and they're going to leave better men than they were when they came in. That's not where it stops. There's several of those guys on our staff. We got Calvin Thibodeau. You know, that guy's done a tremendous job for us in Houston. Clint Kubiak, right down there in Houston. He don't want you to know who his dad is. He is one of the hardest working, best coaches I've ever been around. Age is just a number for me on him. He is phenomenal. I love this guy and what he can bring to our staff. Reggie Mitchell, one of the best recruiters in all of the Big 12, has done it for years and years and years. So we certainly are going to draw on those relationships, and man, it was really cool to be at that high school coaching school yesterday. I'm really kind of sad that I had to leave, because it's a 3-day event that really you get better and you get to develop some good friendships.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much for your comments, and best of luck for the season.
You bet. Thanks a lot, y'all. Happy to be here. Rock Chalk.
That was Kansas Jayhawk head coach David Beaty, and he kept saying about his Texas roots, being a former high school coach here in the state, and how that high school connection in Texas is going to play out in his success as he tried to rebuild the Kansas Jayhawk football team. And it has a big mountain ahead of him, but he knows the way. So more from the Big 12 Media Day in Dallas. More coaches talk about what's to come in 2015 in the Big 12. Keep it right here on the DonnieSport 17 Network.